Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, October 16th, 2020. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. What we talked about in the previous session was for a continuation or a push into the PEMA trigger zone, and then we were going to look for signs of rejection. Where were we going to finish the day? And if we had found a solid rejection and closed the day higher, above the lows and above the previous session's low, that would be pretty significant. And that's what we saw in the previous session. Price dropped away from highs here, the cycle high, down into the PEMA trigger zone. Given the recent breakout and the strength, bulls came in to defend, and this could easily lead price higher into the previous month's high price. Again, that's 35.87. Now, where this thing fails is if price cannot stay above the previous session's high, 34.86 half. Right, we've gotten above it a little bit in the pre-market and dropped back down to 34.70. We're now back above it again. And again, that's going to be an important level because today, after a day like yesterday, we could see further range-bound action. Right now, we're trading 34% of average range. The ES has been averaging 61 points per day over the last 10 sessions. Today it's at 21 points as we head into the RTH Open. So that means we could see two-way trade, back and forth, fade the edges with an upward bias. But if this upper end of the range of the previous session fails, 34.86 half, then we could be looking at a failed high, and that failed high could lead to more weakness ahead. As of right now, everything suggests more strength. But again, something to watch would be the early break through 34.86 half. That could rotate things back to the recent low, and that could provide another buying opportunity. So right now, all systems a go for the upside until proven otherwise. Here's a look at the NQ. Now the NQ did also see a pullback into the PEMA trigger zone. Here's your pivot high. We got a pullback straight into it. Pretty decent bounce. The ES really led in the previous session. The NQ wasn't as strong, but still bounced nonetheless into the close. Right now, what we're seeing is a hold off of the 11,800 level. Price is holding 11,800. Bit of a CLV in there, and we're seeing strength as of right now. Again, after you see a pretty significant breakout from this range, when you come back here, this can provide a great retest. Buying opportunity here for a continuation higher to the next high. That's 12,465 quarter, so that could be the next level above 12,465. So again, really strong right now. Unless there's a failure to hold 11.8, that opens up a bit more weakness. So right now, everything looking strong here in the near term as price approaches the previous high of 983s. Through that level opens up a bit more upside. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. This one's down about 1% right now, but that follows a pretty significant day in the previous session. In our trading room, we saw 60-minute buy signals come into play in both the ES and NQ, but also in crude oil. And that 60-minute buy signal was pretty much the low as it rallied significantly the rest of the session. And you can see here there's a failed low. So price pushed down through the previous lows, through two-day lows, and into the day way back up near the 41s. That's a pretty significant tail after quite a bit of price action that's traded in this range. You can see right in here, this is all the same area of resistance right now, and through the 4150s opens up the next level above. That's going to be 43.78, with the potential to see even more upside beyond that. So the way that this thing rejected in the previous session is very, very optimistically bullish right now. And not only that, but could provide a pretty significant breakout opportunity if it does lead to that move that I am anticipating here. So for example, this failed low after developing this range for so long could be the indication that a breakout is ahead. And if a breakout is ahead, then we could have not only 1, 2 or 3 weeks of trending price action, but we could have a couple of months of uptrending price action from here on out. So again, above 41.50 really opens up the upside here, potentially ahead for crude oil. All right, let's take a look now at gold futures. With gold futures, we've been stuck here around the 1900 level. It's been chopping inside this range. Again, we've been talking about the key range low here, and the best buying opportunity was here for a shot at 1981.70. We continue to see a defense here off the 1870s, but we haven't really seen the lift back up just yet. Instead, we continue to have lower highs, as a matter of fact. So right now, again, I mentioned yesterday, continue to mention today, 1870 is still going to be very important, because if there's a failure to hold that level, the downside stops come out and we reach new lows. So still a very important level here. The upper end of the range is still important, as price still isn't able to really find acceptance above the previous month's midpoint. That's been our 1926 key level that we talked about before. Still continues to be in play. So 1926, 1874, still the range here as we continue to build energy for the next move ahead. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops heading into the weekend. Have a fantastic Friday. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.